What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle, and in this video I'm going to be taking this plain old Bekvam IKEA spice rack and turning it into this cool little bookshelf that you saw in the thumbnail. So I started with the spice rack obviously, and then I chose Weathered Oak Stain by Varathane. And all I'm doing right now is taking a drinking straw that I can throw away and just stirring up the stain just to make sure that it's well mixed before I apply it to the project. And I was not sure how this was going to look because this is my very first time using this stain. And as I was applying it, it really just looked like a gray wash. It didn't really seem like it was going to add a whole lot of color. But I was like, okay, well, I already started. So I just kept going and I applied the stain evenly to the entire project. So after I put it on evenly, I realized that I wasn't sure if there was going to be enough product to coat the wood and really have the color penetrate. So I decided to kind of like soak each piece in the stain just to make sure that I got maximum color penetration. So that's what you see me doing here, just adding more of the stain to each piece and kind of just really slathering it on just to make sure that I'm getting as much color as I can with this first coat. Once that was done, I let it dry for 15 minutes and then I came back and wiped off each piece with a paper towel and sanded each piece lightly with a 120 grit sandpaper block. And then I just went back in with the stain once again and did a second coat. After another 15 minutes, I wiped it off again with the same paper towels, and then I chose my finish, which in this case I used the Minwax Paste Finishing Wax in Natural. And all I did was rub the paper towel into the wax to kind of melt it a little bit, and then I started rubbing it onto the wood in a circular motion. Well, I was kind of like going in every direction just to make sure that I got maximum coverage and that like no matter which direction you touched it, you would feel that the finish, and it felt so smooth. You'll see me just like rubbing my hand across the wood because it just felt so good. So yeah, I just went ahead and did this to each piece. And you want to do an even coat, but you also want to make sure that you have enough so that it doesn't just soak in and you know you can't tell that you put it on there once it's dry. So after I finished doing this to each piece, then I just let it sit for about 15 minutes. The directions say to leave it for 10 to 15 minutes and then come back and buff it. So that is what I did. After 15 minutes, I came back with a towel and I just kind of buffed out the wax, and then I started to assemble the shelf. And I'm sorry for that smudge on the screen. My daughter touched the camera while it was off and I didn't realize until a few minutes later. So I just wanted to let you guys know what was happening and that it's going to go away in a minute. So I got my directions. I made sure all the pieces were there, and then I started to build the shelf, and it seriously took me about 5 minutes from start to finish to build this shelf. It was so easy. When I say anyone can do it, I definitely mean anyone. Like even if you don't have any experience at all, you can do this. See how easy that was? It was like 3 steps. So, okay, I got it assembled, and then I put it up on the wall where I wanted it to go. And in my house, I wanted it to go in our like homeschooling slash office area. We are a homeschooling family, and this is the best way for me to keep everything organized, is to have like a dedicated area for all their stuff. And the reason why I wanted to have this shelf in the first place is because they need to keep track of their library books. We go to the library to get their books for them to read throughout the week, and they're reading chapter books, so it takes them multiple days to read them, and they tend to lose them if we're not organized. So I needed somewhere for them to put those books specifically so I don't end up with library fees. So this area is not finished yet. Beside the shelf, I'm also going to hang a calendar, and that will complete the wall in this area. And those little cup organizer things, I got those from IKEA as well. I believe they were like 50 cents each for the cups, and then the little racks that the cups are hanging on were like, I think, $2.50. I will link that stuff below. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it makes it a whole lot easier to keep track of all their school supplies. When I had this, the pens are for me to grade their papers, and then the pencils are obviously for them to do their work, as well as the crayons and colored pencils. And it just keeps all of their school supplies in like a little organized area, and they can just take a cup off the wall if they want to color something, and then they can just put it right back on the shelf when they're done. As far as the shelf, I really like the color of the shelf. I was definitely skeptical in the beginning. I wasn't sure how it was going to look. The stain was weird looking to me in the beginning. I wasn't really sure how it was going to turn out, but now I really like it. And I'm definitely going to do other projects using this stain. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I would love to hear what you think. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I hope to see you guys in the next one. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos, because I have a lot of organization and DIY videos coming your way. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.